immediately ran back home. In the middle of the night, I was suddenly woken up by the sound of footsteps, and then my blanket was pulled off by someone. My bedside table also started shaking, and the drawer opened on its own. I mustered up the courage to take a look inside, and there was a note. But just then, someone suddenly hit me, and I was so scared that I immediately shrank to one side. It was only then that I remembered to call the police, but just as I picked up my phone, I noticed a business card on the floor claiming that the person was a superhero who could solve any problem. I immediately sent him a text message asking for help. Waiting for the superhero. Suddenly, I heard a knock on the door, and I was overjoyed. Rushing over immediately, outside stood a man with an impressive demeanor, and I quickly told him about the mysterious events I had encountered. After finishing, I started to cry softly. The superhero said it was a small case and told me to step aside and not to peek. At that moment, I felt a strong sense of security. The superhero was truly formidable, so I obediently stepped outside the door. The superhero waved for me to come in. He had finally finished the task. The superhero was so handsome and reliable that I was excited to reward him with a hug. But he rubbed his hands together and asked me for money. Although the superhero was a bit pragmatic, I had plenty of money. When I came back after getting the money, I found that the superhero was gone. It turns out I had misunderstood him. He's a great person who does good deeds without leaving his name. When he asked me for money earlier, it must have been to test my sincerity. But just as I was lost in thought, I discovered that the safe had been opened, and besides the money on the floor, why, there was also a bottle of face cream. As soon as I touched it, my money turned transparent, and I was almost scared to death. But then, I realized something, and immediately looked out the window.